This is the 25th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. In 1995, after the bombing, Oklahomans rushed in to provide whatever support they could, building neighborhood triage centers, providing food to fire and rescue crews, and extending a hand to those who were suffering. These acts of kindness gave us comfort and a sense of community during a very tough time. This became known as the Oklahoma Standard. As our way of honoring these acts of kindness, the Oklahoma City Dodgers Baseball Foundation will feature 25 people or organizations that exemplify the spirit of the Oklahoma Standard today. Our goal is to amplify their good works and inspire others. As Oklahomans adjust to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are encouraged and inspired by our neighbors doing good works. This week, we recognize Prairie Wolf Distillery in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
So tell me a little bit about your adventure with Prairie Wolf.
Okay, so yeah, we acquired Prairie Wolf in February of 2018 from the Merritt family that had done a great job setting up a great distillery, and we were fortunate enough to take charge then. And that's basically what we've been doing up until a few weeks ago. As all this COVID-19 stuff began, we had the idea to make a couple thousand hand sanitizers just to give away to people, thinking, oh yeah, that'll be enough, not knowing what was coming like everybody else. And I think about a day or two after we posted it or told someone that we were doing it, yeah, Jeff can tell you more than I can, his inbox exploded with requests from sanitizers from literally around the country. So that has been our focus. We saw there was a need. We have the unique ability to jump right in. We've been able to not only to keep all of our staff, but also employ more and more people. It's more people every week, which has been a blessing at this time. I think for a lot of people that have worked here and other businesses of ours, it's really helped kind of support everything. The reason we started this was to really help, and Jeff can talk more about it, first responders and those people in need that are, out there really dealing with this, more than hopefully most of us ever will.
Once we realized our capabilities as a distillery to create hand sanitizer in this time of need, my role switched over from trying to get people to pick up our products to answering 1,000+ emails a day. If we're going to at least make hand sanitizer to focus on first responders and healthcare professionals first, give them priority. And, then of course, just the general public kind of freaking out. The first couple of weeks was pretty wild. Hand sanitizer was the gold thing. And this is actually sort of a little mini history lesson, but not the first time that this has happened. During Pearl Harbor, right, the world faced its first kind of shortage of ethanol, the United States did. And so the government took over distilleries, not only to produce sanitizer, to produce fuel, rubbers, plastics, all kinds of stuff. And so the distilling community was sort of prepared for this.
It's nice to see the government step in and make things easier for the private sector to really step up and fill a gap where there is one locally. Talk to me a little bit about the reaction you've gotten from the first responders community. Tell me what it means to you guys to be able to do that.
Right off the bat, we decided that we would do everything we could to donate product to first responders. I don't think that it was a conversation that we had where we debated. It was just like, if they show up with any kind of container, we're going to fill it for free, right?
Yeah.
And we got really lucky. A man named Doug White found us.
Yeah.
He's with a nonprofit called the Emergency Responder Assistance Program. And, I was able to connect, sheriffs, police chiefs, fire chiefs, so on and so forth with Doug. And Doug was able to put together a program for them where, he would come to the distillery himself to minimize the amount of contact from outside these departments. So they don't have to come, to our distillery. At this point, he's picking it up in 275-gallon totes. The last time he picked up, I think he took 4. Mm-hmm. We're well over 2,000 gallons donated at this point. And it's the same exact stuff that we're selling. So the cost that we get, I mean, the price that we charge to retailers and to the public goes to cover that. It's almost like if you think about companies that for every one you buy, we give one away.
It's like this. It's like Tom's shoes.
It's like Tom's shoes.
It's like Tom's shoes, but with sanitizer. The reason for doing it was to provide help for people, whether it's people that Doug works with, sheriffs, fire departments that need this product in their daily lives, or if it's just helping people to relax a little bit, to be able to help those guys out. And what they've come back to us with is made it 10x worth it. I mean, from heads of state troopers, highway patrol, John Scully, the commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, they all just came up one day, showed up, suited up, and just to show their gratitude. And that was that. And that's something I'll remember forever. Just, it's always awesome to be able to give and do things for other people, but it's amazing just when you know that the reason you did something was received in the proper light.
Now, are you still producing vodka? Because some people want to know that too, you know.
Yes, we are still producing vodka. Obviously, right now you can't go to your favorite restaurant or bar and grab a cocktail, but yes, at the liquor stores, our vodka, the gin, our rum, and our coffee liqueur are all still readily available at liquor stores.
Well, I figured somebody was probably going to ask or write in the comments later, so I just had
Lincoln need more sanitizer. We have had a lot of people show up at the distillery going, I'm going to need sanitizer and I'm going to need a little bit of that vodka.
So part of our initiative is to recognize Oklahomans that are really exemplifying the Oklahoma standard, and that is, you know, just pitching in where help is needed. And what would you tell people at home that are watching this about what they could do?
The biggest thing to help with sanitizer specifically is, you know, definitely have what you need, but not more than that. One of the big shortages that we've learned about is more containers. The global supply chain for containers for the stuff it's been a crazy battle just getting product in to be able to put the stuff in. So if you have the opportunity, please buy in bulk and refill your containers at home. The other thing I think people can always do is, I know we don't all see each other physically as much as we used to, but I think more now than ever is, I think it's what Oklahomans exemplify is, you know, if you see someone smile, you know, everyone's going through something right now. Everyone's suffering in some way. We're trying to do our part to alleviate a little bit of that. But, you know, if you have extra, share, and, you know, just be kind to the people around you in our community.
Well, I absolutely agree with you guys. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to share your story with the rest of us. And we can't wait to see you at the ballpark.
I know, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I think that's going to be a fun day when we can get everybody out there and celebrate the work that you've been doing on behalf of first responders in the community. I thank you.
Thank you very much.